Everyone, welcome back to part 3 of our lecture. I really appreciate you hanging in there with me. I know some of these topics are not easy, but they are, again, important to know for children. We're going to move into immigration. The first thing I want to share with you is in June of 2025, $75 billion was given to immigration, customs enforcement. 45 billion of that dollars were to build ICE detention facilities, and 30 billion are specified for arrests and deportations. And all of these things can be really impactful on these communities. Specifically looking at the pyramid on the right, looking at the very bottom, it's kind of the base level or the least intrusive on socialization and development for children. It's misunderstandings of immigration, so maybe being mistook for somebody else or being taken into custody mistakenly because you might look like you are not a citizen, you don't have documentation, or maybe not having your documentation with you. Stress around those pieces. That's the bottom of the pyramid. Moving up one would be fears about family stability. So wondering what might happen to you, being fearful that something could happen to part of your family, even if you are documented. And then the next one would be short term. So if you don't have family members that are undocumented, or some of them may be undocumented, you might have some issues with economic instability. If you feel like you can't go to work, there might be changes in daily routine. If you parents feel like they can't take their children to school, or they can't attend family functions or go to school functions because of fear of being detained and deported. That can turn into long-term instability where you don't have finances and you're not economically stable and you have a lot of stress around those pieces. Also, some emotional distress over separation if someone does get detained. The next level would be around US citizens not being able to stay in the United States because parents are deported, and then obviously would impact their socialization pretty significantly because that's a completely different culture that maybe they've never had any exposure to that they're having to be deported to. And the top piece would be that family dissolution, where the family is actually kind of coming apart and having to live in separate places. And you can imagine that if your family was separated, that would definitely have a lot of impact on your socialization and the routine and structure of things and what you were being exposed to in the norms. So those are kind of the levels that you can go through and how it might impact children's socialization with immigration. Some things to know about as far as resources. Los Rios has some policies I want you to be aware of because you are members of this community. Los Rios Police Department wants you to know your rights, so making sure that you know you have the right to remain silent. You don't need to disclose your immigration status, whether you are a legal resident or not. You don't need to sign any documents. Do not sign any documents, actually. Do not resist physically. You can state that you don't consent to entry. Conduct yourself professionally, so you want to stay calm, don't run, argue, or provide false information, and use your red card, which you can get on campus. And there's links to that on the website as well. If you would like one, let me know and I can help you achieve one. Another thing they want you to know at Los Rios is that if you see ICE on campus, they want you to refer the officer to the instructor or office staff present in the area so they can manage them or talk with them. And they also want you to be able to contact the Los Rios Police Department if you see them anywhere on campus. A resource I want everybody to know about, whether you're undocumented or documented, is the Undocu Falcons Center on campus. Their mission statement is that at the Undocu Falcon Center, we are dedicated to empowering undocumented students from mixed status families, and allies. Our mission is to provide unwavering support and essential resources, fostering an inclusive campus that actively embraces and supports all students regardless of their immigration status. That is what they are setting out to do, to provide support for everyone and make sure that we can build this inclusive community. Their vision statement, so what they see that looking like, is our vision is to cultivate a college campus that celebrates diversity and inclusivity, where every student feels valued and supported. Irrespective of their immigration status, we aim to nurture an environment of understanding, empathy, and respect, championing the rights and dreams of undocumented students, those from mixed status families, refugees, asylum seekers, immigrant communities, and allies. So kind of seeing what they're all about. This is a great resource to reach out to if you want to know more about this population, if you are part of this population, if you want to assist in this population and be an ally. All of those things, it's a great resource to reach out and be part of on campus. And you are part of the Falcon community, so it's definitely something that is accessible to you. These are some things that they help with. They assist with completing, they're assisting undocumented DACA and AB 540 students with their application and enrollment processes, residency forms, California Dream Act application, financial aid guidance and scholarship information, connections to other programs on campus, and referrals to outside agencies. So again, a great support system for the Falcon community, and you being a Falcon, it's a great support system for you and something that you can learn more from if you would like to. If you would like to reach out to them or if you need their contact information, let me know. This is just kind of a little synopsis on immigration and getting us thinking about how these new policies that we're hearing about in the news and are happening might be impacting the children in our communities and also our classmates. So just wanted you guys to be aware of all those things. If you have questions, please reach out. Otherwise, I will see you in the next part of the lecture. Thanks. Bye.